What's going on YouTube? This is JoezMcfly from the clubhouse, just hitting you up with another reaction video on today's Yankee game. Today's game, upsetting to say the least. So today we ended up losing. It was a tough one to lose because we lost 2-1. It's not so much losing 2-1, but the way that we lost 2-1. Ivan Nova came out firing on all cylinders. In that first inning, he struck out the side. So after that first inning, that top of the first inning, I was looking for Jordan Montgomery to give me a little bit more of the same what he did last time, maybe a little bit of length, still keep us in the game. Well, I know it's a lot to ask of a rookie, but you know what? I do have a lot of confidence in Jordan Montgomery just because of how he pitches, his pitching angle, and his attitude. Jordan Montgomery in that first inning did not really reward any of those sentiments though, because he had the bases loaded right off the bat. The guy issued a walk, a single, and another single back to back, and it's bases loaded, no out. This kid right now struggling, and he's uncharacteristically missing. You had Polanco, a freeze, and then Ozuna coming in right after. You're just thinking all sorts of bad things. But you know what? The kid is unflappable. You could tell. He said after the game that he didn't really have anything today. Nothing. He had nothing working. I don't know what's going on with the air in Pittsburgh, but it seems like all of the three starters are saying the same thing. Like they came out with nothing, but they still had to gut something out. But it's just so funny and ironic how the best start came out of the kid that is 24 years old. He struck out Polanco. He allowed a sac fly to freeze, and then he ended up getting Ozuna to pop out. All things considered, bases loaded, no outs, first inning. If you allow one run, you know what? I'm okay with that. In the second inning, with a team that seems to have all ex-Yankees, really good trade partner. Chris Stewart ends up hitting a one-out triple. Ellsbury did give it a good try out in center field, but he did miss it just right over his reach and ended up legging out a triple. So already has a triple, one out. I mean, you're thinking he's gonna have a run, right? Wrong. This is Mount Montgomery on the mound here, fellas. Let's not forget it. This is Mount Montgomery. You got Ivan Nova strikes out right after him, and then Montgomery gets a ground out. So unscathed, still one-run game. Bottom of the third inning, Montgomery issues a one-out walk to McCutchen. He then allows a double off of Polanco. Kind of feeling a little shaky with Montgomery. He hasn't looked like he's had it all day. Just when you start to try to doubt the kid, he gets a ground ball from Freeze, which gets Polanco over to third, and then he ends up striking out Ozuna. Montgomery was then able to follow up right after that in the 4th, 5th, and 6th, ending up getting double plays in each of the innings. The kid said he had absolutely nothing today. He ended up having those double plays and being able to get out of jams the whole entire day. The kid was under the gun. Jordan Montgomery's final line ended up being 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks. Definitely great things coming out of the 24-year-old rookie in his 3rd major league start in a away ballpark. In the top of the 7th inning, Ellsbury homers and then gets the Yankees and cuts the deficit down to 1. So the Judge comes up right after Ellsbury and he smacks one, and right off of the bat, I kind of see that he misses it, but there's a lot of pitches that he kind of misses and they still kind of get out, so I still held up hope. He definitely flied out right to the wall. Up to this point, Montgomery has been working to keep us close. We were able to cut the deficit by 1. Mitchell yesterday had a nice 1-2-3 inning. You're thinking the same today because I have a lot of confidence in Mitchell because of the way that he pitches. Leadoff walk to John Jaso, who's batting absolutely nothing on the season. Then allows a single to Stewart. Then allows a walk to Bell. So now it's bases loaded, bases juice with no outs. With the top of the lineup coming up, you're just thinking, oh my God. He gets Mercer to fly out to shallow left field to Gardner. Harrison to line out to Torreyes. And Andrew McCutchen is probably the guy that you don't want to beat you in this lineup. He is the established hitter. He is the former league MVP. He ends up getting Andrew McCutchen a strikeout, and I was super pumped. I'm thinking, this is the game right here. This right here is the turning point of the game. If he can get out of this unscathed with nothing, we can come back. We're going to come back, and we're going to win. So in the top of the 8th inning, after a Hicks pop-out, Carter then comes in, and then he gets a single to left field, so he's on first base. Gardner comes up and then he walks. You now have man on first and second with 1 out. And then you have Chase Headley coming up, who's the Yankees' best hitter right now. Yeah, last year I would have probably smacked myself if I would have heard myself say that. He ends up popping out to Mercer. So when Pete Kozma was put in as a pinch runner for Chris Carter, of course you need more speed on the bases. He's a tying run. Why not? With Castro batting, there's a ball that's in the dirt. And it gets just a little, it doesn't get that far away from Chris Stewart. And then you see Kozma running. You're just thinking, what are you doing, man? This guy, first of all, Kozma's already still trying to make up for that error that he made last week, which cost us the game. And this guy's about to end this inning being thrown out at third? Why? Why you? There's no advantage in that situation from taking third with 2 outs. So it was a super risky play, and he's lucky that he made it. Because Michael Kay said, if you would have been thrown out at third there, you might as well just keep running. Just keep going. Starling Castro, then he puts together a really good at-bat, fouling off pitches, trying to grind out on that bat, trying to get a hit. And of course, you got Castro up there. Yesterday, he hit that 3-run bomb. Of course, as a Yankee fan, these thoughts are coming back into your head. He's facing Hudson right now, and Hudson's in a jam. He's trying to get out of it, and he throws a pitch out of the zone. Oh my God. Sometimes you just revert back to what your normal tendencies are. And Castro swings at a pitch that is probably at helmet level, and he strikes out. You could tell he was frustrated, but it is something for Castro to work on. I said in a previous video that if he can become a little bit more selective, and if he can be able to not swing at pitches out of the zone, that Castro could unlock a potential that we have not seen before. And this was not the situation, obviously, because he ended up striking out. Then we have the top of the 9th inning against Watson. Ellsbury comes up. If you want somebody leading off the inning in this situation, it's probably Ellsbury, because he's probably going to try to get on base somehow, some way. Ellsbury ended up lining out to John Jaso. I mean, it was a line. I thought it was going to be a surefire double, but then Jaso ended up getting him out. But a pitch before that, man, that ball was out of the zone. And the umpire was pretty good the entire day, but he missed that one, bro. And Ellsbury was supposed to be on first base with no out. He was supposed to be that leadoff walk, that dreaded leadoff walk, and he was not. Judge then comes up. Judge has 2 strikes on him. And, you know, you're thinking Judge being up there, let's just, you know, try to pop one out. Let's tie this game. And you know what? He probably did try to do that in his first 2 pitches, his first couple of pitches. After that, you could tell that he changed his approach. Watson threw a changeup outside of the zone. Like, it was not even supposed, I don't know if it was a waste pitch. I don't know what it was. All Judge did was get a single the opposite way. But it's really nice to see how he's changed from last year. His strikeout rates are down, his contact rate is up, his swing and miss rate is down, and it's great to see that, especially with 2 strikes. For last year, that would have been a surefire strikeout. Now you're seeing he's going opposite field, going the other way. Let's let the other guy behind me get an opportunity to bring me in. Then Matt Holliday comes up, and then he ends up walking. So Torres comes up, and he's one of the team leaders in RBI, and you just want him to be up there. Okay, Torres is going to put the bat on the ball. Let's go. Just don't hit a double play. But there's one thing that has not happened yet. Of course, it's the obligatory error in a big spot for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and that's exactly what happens. Torres hits a ground ball, tailor-made double play to Harrison at second base. The guy boots it, gets no out, so now you're looking at bases juiced, bases loaded with 1 out, and you got Hicks coming up. It's like, okay, all right, we're going to tie this game up. Let's go. Hicks strikes out on 3 straight pitches. Oh, my God. Bro, what are you doing? Gotta understand the situation. This kid is in trouble. He's got bases loaded and is right after an error. Why are you swinging out of the zone? And he bails him out with this strikeout on 3 straight pitches. And then you have Pete Kozma come up. And you know what? Pete Kozma's due. He's due for something to, you know, get him out of that GOAT status. He's due for it. Pete Kozma works a 2-0 count for a guy that's in trouble in the top of the 9th inning with the game on the line with bases loaded. He swings at this 2-0 pitch, and he does not take that pitch. I don't know why. I would be taking a couple of pitches there. The guy is in trouble. Try to work a count, you know, maybe do something like that. I don't know, maybe. But Cosma ends up grounding out to free. Game over. We lost the damn series to the Pittsburgh Pirates. When you're 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position, when you leave 8 runners on base, then you deserve to lose. And you know what? That's been a common theme this year. It really has, and it's going to be a theme that's going to have to change. Just to break down some numbers, right now the Yankees have been horrible with runners in scoring position. In the losses, they're 8 for 53. That's a 150 batting average with runners in scoring position. I know you're going to say, oh, look, of course they're going to be batting 150 in the losses because they're losses. Hello? But in the wins, even in the wins, we're not really capitalizing with runners in scoring position. In the wins, we're batting 26 for 101, which is a 257 batting average. If you really put everything together, the Yankees are batting 221 with runners in scoring position this season, which is good for 20th in the major leagues. That's just not going to cut it. That's just not going to do it. Maybe something has got to change and be able to have situational hitting. Maybe a lot of it could be attributed, of course, to Bird because Bird hasn't gotten going yet. Gary Sanchez is not here. Didi's not here. You know, these are people that usually get hits with runners in scoring position. You know, maybe those numbers will change. I mean, if you really think about it, those numbers are horrible, of course, but just to be positive, we're still 11-7, even with those kind of numbers. So if we were to improve on that, imagine where we can go. But yeah, man, today was just one of those games where it was a little frustrating because we weren't able to get anything going for Mount Montgomery. You know, would have loved to get him another win and for us to be able to go to 12-6 going into Fenway Park, especially winning the first road series. So getting that kind of out of the way because we haven't won a road series yet. We got an off day tomorrow, got a day to recollect ourselves, but going into Fenway Park right now to go against the Boston Red Sox, and you know we're getting Chris Sale. Chris Sale is coming and he's looming. He is pitching on Wednesday. So we faced Rick Porcello on that first game and gotta win that game. Gotta win that game because I want to face Chris Sale with an opportunity to win the series rather than with an opportunity to try to save the series. But Chris Sale has been great this year, been a great acquisition for them. Hopefully he does horribly from here on out, but let's just speak the facts. The guy has been phenomenal. I mean, he's been otherworldly from that left side. So look for people like Gardner to sit. Look for people like Bird to sit. Look for Chris Carter to be in the lineup. Man, we got a big series coming up right now in Fenway. It's a good barometer test right now, just to see where everything is standing. Let me know what you guys think with today's game. Let me know where you think everything turned. How do you feel with today's game? Of course, we lost, but what do you think we're going to do going into Fenway? Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, man. I love the feedback. You guys have been keeping me going. I do appreciate every single comment, every single like, every single share. So let's keep this going, man. Like I always say, let's keep the pinstripes on and keep the pinstripes strong, man. And let's go Yankees. Peace.